What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And in today's video, we're taking on the newest Dokkan Battlefield here on the global side. And we're going to hop right in. I think we are going to actually add in the new AGL Android 21. We'll just add her to the team so we can actually use her. She's probably not going to link very well with a lot of my setups that I do have here, but I want to at least get a chance to throw her in here and, you know, kind of see what she may be able to do for us. So, first one, okay, so we are still on the, like the old Battlefield. We haven't got the new updated one yet against Blue Vegeta. So, we're going to fight physical Chaozu, so the final Broly is going to be STR. So I think here what I'm going to do is, let's see, I got 5, 9, so I got 11 units here, so I can make a team of 4 that I'm probably not going to use later on anywhere. So I'm actually going to do this, and you. So I'm just actually going to save a full Extreme STR team. And that way we can run a full Extreme STR team against the Broly as well if we need to. But other than that, we should be able to take the Chaozu out because he doesn't do crazy damage or anything like that. So other than like his stunning and stuff that just kind of gets annoying, that's kind of the only thing. But Kid Buu should be able to take him out here with relative ease, I would assume. Yeah, we're not really running like a huge leader skill, obviously. I think it's probably just 120, 130%. Yeah, we should be able to, taking him out right here. Perfect. So, that's kind of like a team that you can run. Either that, or I know a lot of people bring like a Ginyu Force team or like Team Bardock. And they kind of use them as like a throwaway team for that first fight, which, you know, understandable because you don't want to use your better units and use a full team against, you know, a level 1 Chaozu like that. So for fight number 2 here, it's against Duplicate Vegeta, STR. So we'll run you and Zamasu as leaders, and then we'll bring you, and the top 3 here. So obviously, we're still on like the older Battlefield, and we haven't got the new updated one yet, which JP does have already. So I'm wondering how they're gonna do with like the global sync and everything, because obviously we are quite a few battlefields behind the JP side, just because they've had the Vegeta battlefield now for quite a while, I want to say. So I'm wondering if they will just speed them up and we'll get them like more frequently, so that way we can try to catch up to JP's version, or if they're going to like skip them entirely and maybe like double up on the rewards. I could possibly see. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what they'll actually do. Let me know kind of in the comments what you guys think they are going to do or what they should do. And we'll bring Broly. Yeah, we'll bring Broly, why not? But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think they're going to do with the battlefields and how they're going to try to catch us up to like JP's version. So, let's see. I guess we could pop the active skill even though we don't need to. Since we do need to get hit quite a few times. I don't want to give you all those though. Let's give you all this right here. We'll give you all this to the androids. So these androids, I honestly can't wait till they get an easy A. I mean, we're quite a ways off before they get an easy A. But I'm kind of curious to see how good they're going to be, because they have a very, very good base as it is. So I'm wondering like how much better are they going to be. I can see them having like ridiculous attack stats just because of the sheer like passive that they already have. I'm just wondering like once they finally get to a point where they start EZAing a lot of these new units, how hard they're going to be hitting, and what all they're going to do to, like, 2021 units, 2021, 2022, because they already have a very good, like, base as it is. So I don't know. I feel like those androids are going to be very good when their time finally comes. But I mean, we're still a ways off from that, I want to say. The units that I'm actually really interested in to get an EZA right now, other than obviously the Tech Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku. Obviously, his EZA, everybody's been waiting for the longest time. But I would say the other units that I'm really interested in is going to be this physical Buhan and his STR Super Vegito counterpart. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with them. And actually when they're going to do it is the big thing. We could possibly see it like this New Year's. Maybe like for New Year's I could see them doing it, because they've been on a, if you guys have followed the trend, they've been on like a Majin Buu saga, and then movie hero / bosses, so, and like movies essentially. And that's kind of like they've been going back and forth between them. So I'm really wondering if, because we had movies last year, will they maybe do, actually, let's bring this Vegeta for sport. I'm wondering if this year, since they did movies last year, will they go to Majin Buu Saga this year? And if they do go to Majin Buu Saga, who are they bringing? Like, who are we going to get for that is the other big question. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I personally think what they should do for New Year's, my guess was maybe like an LR Buhan and an LR Super Vegito standalone units. I think that would be a fantastic New Year's unit. I know they would get, like, that would be a top grossing celebration, like, no doubt. The other ones I can see possibly is maybe like a Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and a LR Rose. To kind of go with the worldwide celebration theme, if they did do that, because they have done Future Saga previously as well. So those would be my top two that I would want to see. I guess the other one that they could do if they really wanted to would be a Blue Gogeta and a full power Broly. So if they wanted to kind of go back into the movies, because realistically we don't have a standalone Blue Gogeta and a standalone full power Broly. So I could see them maybe doing that for us. And either way, I think regardless of what they do, it's going to be a very hype New Year's celebration. So I'm kind of excited. I want to see what they're going to do. Let's see. This is a really wonky team that I'm going to run here, but it should be okay. We'll bring you, and we'll bring that Goku. Why not? So, it's a really wonky team because I don't think Yamcha gets anything leader skill wise, but everybody else on the team does. So, other than him, this being just a real odd team, it'll work just as well because of the team comp that we have. And realistically, I just want everybody else on the team other than probably Yamcha anyway to get the boost. And realistically, we're not worried about... Oh, how he's going to dodge that? Realistically, we're not really worried about the LR Trunks and Vegeta because they're going to tank in slot 1 regardless. So, man, that Goku hitting for 10 million. Not bad. But yeah, so this is kind of like my really weird, wonky team that I got. And it still works. But these are kind of how I do my Battlefield teams, because realistically, Battlefield is not too terribly difficult. If you've been playing for a while and you have like a pretty good like box, then you should have absolutely no issues going through all of this. And a lot of you can, by this time now, actually, with how many units they've released in the game and everything, you can build a really good team comp to where you don't actually need like mono leaders. You can run mono leaders if you want to, but realistically, you don't need to anymore, because you can actually run like full category teams now. Kind of like what I did with this one. This is kind of like a hybrid team of bond of parent and child and Earthbred fighters. So that's why I kind of stacked it with a whole bunch of Goku units, because they're on both teams, so they're getting like the leader skill from both of them. But the only ones not getting a leader skill was the Yamcha and the Vegeta and Trunks. So it's kind of a wonky team, but it's still fun. It's still fun to use. Alright, so here we're going to bring you, and we're going to bring you for Kamehameha, and you are what? Battle of Fate, Future Saga, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and also gives 150% to Superclass. So we're going to bring Android 21 here. We'll bring... we'll bring the two fusions here. And we'll bring you, and I guess we'll bring this Goku. Why not? We'll bring Pycon. We'll bring Pycon so he can seal and give a little bit of support for us. So let's see here. Oh, we didn't get Android 21. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping that we would get her kind of like right off the rip, but it kind of is what it is. You know, this it happens. And we'll make sure you get your support and your dodge. So speaking of, New Year's, the Pycon and Janemba also released on a New Year. So I'm wondering who's going to get an Easy A first. Is it going to be like the Pycon and Janemba? Like, will they get their Easy A next, or will we get the Int Super Saiyan 2/Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta / Majin Vegeta? So I'm wondering who's gonna get it first. So let me know in the comments who you guys think will get it first. I think, I mean, they both really need their Easy A's like to be good again. I mean, this Janemba, or the Janemba and the Pycon, are still really good. Like, they don't hit very hard, but their support and everything is, more than enough for what they need to do. So they don't necessarily need the Easy A as bad as the Vegeta and the Goku do. So I think the Vegeta and Goku is who I would want first, personally. And that's just because I want to make them at least relevant in the game, because right now they don't deal enough damage, and they take too much damage. So we'll see what they end up doing with them. But the Pycon and the Janemba, whenever they get theirs, they're going to be like some of the best support units to run on almost any team. Well, I guess we could maybe see them during during an anniversary as well. That'd be pretty nice to do it during an anniversary. So, and then speaking of anniversary, what do you guys think they're gonna drop for us this year? Do we want to bring this Vegeta? Nah, we'll bring the Largo Bros. Yeah. Speaking of anniversary, what do you guys want to see when it comes to anniversary? That's what I want to know, because personally, I would love Beast Gohan, because that would be absolutely hype. That would be like a ridiculous. That'd be a ridiculous anniversary if they just dropped Beast Gohan. What else do I see? Maybe The other one I'd say would be like an LR Super Gogeta and an LR Super Vegito standalone units. I don't want any kind of like, I don't want any fusing units. I don't want any transforming units. Like I just want them to be just standalone units because I'm tired of a lot of these transformation, like not the mechanic itself, but the restrictions that we have against them. And I think that's the biggest thing that's been hurting us lately is a lot of these units are getting hurt by the transformation. Like the AGL Goku and Vegeta that came out for Worldwide Celebration, they got heavily, like they're heavily destroyed by the mechanic to transform them. Because everybody wants to play with the Vegito. You summoned for the Vegito. But the problem is you can't get the Vegito because by the time you get to him, the fight is pretty much over, and you can't ever use him. So, I really want to see, like, I want them to kind of go a little bit away from the transformation side of things, and if they do keep the transformation side, I want them to just make them like, you can make them just turn restricted. Don't do any kind of extra. Don't add anything extra in there to make that harder for us to transform. Because that's the biggest thing is just that's what's hurting us is like nobody can transform these units because by the time that you can get around to them, they are essentially useless because the fight's over. So I would love for them to go more so towards the physical angel Frieza that has the transformation to go Golden Frieza. That is what I think they really need to go back to because that was a amazing that really was a amazing transformation. It's literally just turn one, you can transform whenever you want. You literally the match starts, you can transform him or you can leave him in base form. And I really think that they should go back to that to where they can make a good base form unit and then at the same time make a really good transformation unit so you can kind of decide when you want to transform them or if you even want to transform them because like with that Frieza he stacks defense in his base form but then he does more damage in his golden form. So it's like how long do you build him up and then transform him, or do you just keep building him up and then you don't transform him? So I personally would love to see. I would love to see them start doing that again instead of where they're just like intentionally hurting these units by giving us these stupid transformation mechanics that we almost never see. So, one of these days we'll get some good transformation units where they're not going to be heavily restricted. But yeah, we've been kind of flying through this battlefield. Like we're only we're 18 minutes into this thing, and I feel like we've probably only been doing it for maybe about 16 minutes, 15 minutes, because I kind of talked a little bit at the beginning. But yeah, the battlefield, this one's super easy. Like they're not gonna get tough until we get to the actual I don't even want to say like the Vegeta one is tough. He's more annoying than he is tough, to be honest. And the only reason for that is because of his ability to double super. And when he double supers, he actually does a lot of damage, and then he lowers your defense too. So the second time he supers, it hits you even harder. So I do kind of like that mechanic in the same sense. So can't wait for him to come to Global and see how everybody's reaction is going to be to that kind of boss. So like this Broly, I mean, at this point we've seen him so many times now that obviously he's not difficult for us anymore. And that's really kind of like, I guess that's kind of like what they would want with how long they've had this boss around. He should be relatively easy by now for most people. And if he's still kind of difficult for you, the one thing I recommend doing is run a Peppy Gauss team. Because if you run a full Peppy Gal team, you can legitimately lower his attack into just non-existence. And a lot of those Peppy Gals also seal. So with them having the ability to seal, you'll be able to just kind of easily go through this. You just keep them sealed the entire time and then just keep attack lowering. So, I mean, we lowered his attack one time here. We got a couple supers, so I think Cooler should be okay here. I mean, we still took a pretty good amount of damage there. It's, you know, 236k is still quite a bit. What's he gonna do? That's not bad. That's not bad. We should be okay here, right? Yeah. So the AoEs we're okay with against that. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop this. Let's get that full 12 key, or 24 key here. So we'll give you that one, and give you all of this so we can hit him with max power. You know, this Turles, I'm also really surprised that he didn't get his Easy A during his celebration. I know he's not like that old, but I think him Easy Aing would have been very, very, like, he would have complemented his the physical Dokkan Fest pretty well, I think. So him not getting one was kind of a letdown, but I kind of get it at the same time because they didn't want to have to overload the Turles celebration with probably just Turleses himself. So yeah, I'd say probably within the next year we'll see a Easy A for him. Okay, this cooler's just kind of, this cooler's popping off. He should kill this Broly right here, so we should be all done. Yeah, and this, I mean, you put those two coolers together, they're attack lowering, so that Broly's going to be absolutely nothing if you can run that pretty much the exact same team. So there we go. So that is all stages cleared. And let's go pick up all of our rewards real quick. And there we go. So there's all of our battlefield rewards. Oh, looks like we got a couple medals here. So we got all these rewards here. So obviously do the battlefields all the time because you do get hidden potential orbs. You get a lot of Kais, you get Zenny statues, and just the battlefield memories in general, so you can get all the loot that they have in there. So hopefully that helped you guys out, and if it did, consider hitting that like button and consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.